Oh, hello there. Yes, well, Humpty. Hooray for Humpty, and hooray for the fact that it will soon be the weekend, and hooray for the fact that it will soon be Christmas, and hooray for the fact that I just won't have to do some work for a few weeks, which should be quite nice. Yeah. Anyway, leaving that aside, yes, two things. First of all, the snowflake generation. They're awful, aren't they? All these people that need to be warned about things that's blindingly obvious for the rest of us, okay? Yeah. Except, of course, it very often applies to old people. Yeah, I said old people. I said old people. Yes, them. Anyway, yesterday in the Express, I didn't have to smile at this. It was a warning issued to anyone using a hot water bottle. Yeah, I am right now, mate. Hot water bottles are a favourite at this time of year, but experts have issued a warning now. Yeah, you see? Right, anyway, experts, it's just one woman, just one, right, that works for a mattress company, so I'm not entirely sure about her qualifications, but apparently hot water bottles can get old and they get hot. There you go, in case you didn't know that. Yes. Yeah, honestly, health and safety gone mad, isn't it, for the over 70s. Yeah, snowflakes, Anyway, talking of such things, which I wasn't, but anyway, Nigel Farage has zipped across to the States to meet his friend and reptile person, Elon Musk. Yeah, seen here kind of, I don't know, as a kind of outcrop of Donald Trump's attic painting or something. Anyway, yeah, still being threatened that he might get a check from the man himself, which I suppose he might, which will raise all sorts of very, very interesting constitutional questions in this country, which leads me to believe that it won't actually happen. But it did get me to think about the whole Farage shtick, if you like, yeah? In the sense that he is a man that never, ever, 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 as an adult, viz hot water bottles and Daily Express, if you like, just apropos of something like that, never actually has to ever answer to anything in his adult life. Nothing is ever anything to do with him, but also at the same time, nothing is ever good enough, yeah? Sort of archetypal boomer mentality. There gets a lot of them. But yeah, this whole thing about Farage, whereby he had to have his referendum, which he got, right? Yeah, but he wasn't happy with the way that its aftermath has played out, even though he was the one that basically demanded that we didn't have a deal with Europe, something he hadn't suggested at all during the actual campaign itself, but magically did so after the fact, because that fitted things better. Yeah, and now, of course, with the whole having gained control of our borders, which apparently we did somewhere along the line, but nobody's entirely sure where, yeah, we now have this huge problem with immigration, which apparently was going to be sorted out by the very thing that Nigel Farage wanted, and anyway, we couldn't have a deal with the Europeans to send people back because Nigel Farage didn't want it. But that's just, I don't know, facts and history, isn't it, I suppose. But it's worthwhile thinking about Nigel Farage because he is very much stuck on this kind of current shtick, along with, for example, link down below, his mate Matt Goodwin, about this notion now that we've got badder immigrants coming here because we've stopped all those nice Romanians coming here. Apparently all the Eastern Europeans are really lovely now, and we're stuck with people that we dislike even more than them because they're further east. Yes, further east than Romania. I mean, that's, I think technically speaking that's Russia, but anyway, you get the idea. Yeah. Now, whose blindingly good ideas were these things, and who will sort them out? Well, apparently it's Nigel Farage, of course, newly moneyed from Elon Musk or somebody else, and his great Reform PLC. Yeah, apparently he's going to sort it all out. But if you actually look at the Reform 2024 manifesto, which is the most recent document that we can apply anything to him to, yes, I know, granted, he's probably now decided that actually it was nothing to to do with him, and somehow somebody put his name in it by mistake or something. But in that, of course, he suggests that he will be the one to do things which nobody else can. So, for example, he would make the French take back all the people with small boats. Now, that strikes me as a perfect opportunity for the present government to suggest that he gets that job. There you go. He can be in charge of that. There you go. I don't see any problems with that. I wonder how long it will be before he decides that actually he can't quite manage to do that. No doubt because he's busy in Clapton, rather than Mar-a-Lago. Yes, very strange. But the actual Reform Manifesto didn't actually manage to suggest they would necessarily bring down migration, because if you actually read it and look at it, slight link down below to the BBC précis of it, he basically said that if push comes to shove and we need people, then we'll get them. Still, I'm sure that he's right once again. After all, he's the one that's allowed to get indignant because somebody isn't banged up for throwing a milkshake at him, isn't he? And he's the one that's allowed to be indignant because Alistair Campbell has a go at him on Question Time. And he's always allowed to be indignant about absolutely everything. And yet, will not put himself up in any form of responsibility whatsoever. The sneering child that he is. Yes. Somebody give him a hot water bottle. Quite an old one. Anyway, do have a gorgeous, 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 gorgeous hump day. Nearly there, folks. It'll be nice. It'll be nice. It will be nice. Yeah.